playing power honky tonk music, stage volume gets a little loud and you wrestle with feedback a lot. If this guitar feeds back, it's because I want it to, you know? It's because I'm making it. I don't think you can buy a better acoustic electric guitar than a Lunar. I grew up in a place called Van Alstyne, Texas. Good people to be raised by, you know. And music was a big part of the town because church was a big part of the town. The first exposure I had to music was in church. My grandpa wrote church hymnals, so I grew up hearing that and loving it, you know. We used to watch this show called Hee Haw, and there was this cat named Buck Owens on there, and I was just transfixed by Buck Owens. For a hillbilly cat that was born in Sherman, Texas, the same town I was born in, that started making music in Bakersfield, California, totally outside of the mainstream of country music at the time. And he had the Beatles, you know, covering his songs. I mean, that sound just always moved me. It was driving, it was guitar driven, it was emotional, you know. A lot of my getting excited about making music is because of old Buck, man. You know, I think he was just a hero, you know. I guess I finally had enough. It's mattered most to me and the stuff that I love and, you know, that inspired me to make music was stuff that you can tell the artist had an emotional connection to. You know, songs that are honest and organic rather than songs that are pretty and polished and contrived. You know, I think that's the magic of guys like Johnny Cash and Buck Owens and Waylon Jennings. They told their story their way. They made their music, and now, you know, you can't fake that. And, you know, really, when it gets right down to it, good music is supposed to make you feel. Mama kissed me on the cheek with a teardrop in her eye. My daddy said, boy, them city folks just ain't like you and I. One last look in the rear view, thought my heart might just explode. And the last white rock spun off my tires when I pulled off a Chicken Tree Road. It's just about being dedicated to the music that moves you. And you know, the way you keep that organized and keep it all going is it's by incorporating the people that come to the shows, you know, get them involved. Because there's no better help than the guy that's on the front row that drives 200 miles to come hear you play. You know, that's one of the cool things about this Texas music scene is the level of kinship between the artist on stage and the fan and the audience. I mean, we're family. We're all in this together, you know. Life's been tough on all of us all week, but it's Friday night. And we're going to spend 3 hours together having a good time, you know. Someplace far from them city lights, I need a six-pack. The venues that you play at, you got to develop a good relationship with them and take an interest in them too. If the bar or the venue or the club or the theater or wherever you're at didn't have a good night and they weren't happy, you failed on some level. There are a lot of tools now that, you know, weren't available in the music business 10 years ago, you know, social networking. The bottom line is, you know, you got to get up and go to work every day, you know. I think a lot of young musicians think that, man, if I can just get into the music business, I'll sleep till noon and I'll tear up hotel rooms and I'll get all the chicks. And man, if you want to stay in this business, it doesn't work that way. You got to stay with it, stay on top of it, make it work. I bought this Luna Henna 4 years ago. I thought it was the coolest looking guitar. The neck profile is different than any other guitar I've ever owned or played, and it just felt like it was made for me. The reason I've stuck with it, the reason it's my #1, the reason I've put all my other guitars up is the electronics are fantastic in this guitar. The old outlaw country singers used to put leather sleeves on their guitars and have them tooled out. Well, you know, here's the new millennium, and so they're laser etching the design on the guitar, and I thought it was awesome.